The European project, once a shining example of unity and success, is facing its biggest challenge since the 2008 financial crisis. Two of its most important members, France and Germany, are dealing with their own political problems. These problems are causing worry across Europe, raising big questions about the future of the euro and the European Union itself. France, a longtime supporter of a united Europe, is now a place of political uncertainty. Prime Minister Michel Barnier, once a strong believer in the European project, is facing strong opposition from both the left and the right. His economic policies, especially his spending cuts and his close relationship with the European Union headquarters in Brussels, have made many French people unhappy. Germany, the economic leader of Europe, is also experiencing political change. More and more people are skeptical of the European Union, worried about bailing out weaker economies and losing control over their own country. This change in Germany is important for the whole Eurozone, as Germany has always been seen as the strongest supporter of the shared currency. These developments in France and Germany are not happening in isolation. They reflect a bigger trend of rising populism and nationalism across Europe, driven by economic worries, social divisions, and a growing disappointment with political leaders. This trend is a serious threat to the European project, as it weakens the very ideas of unity and working together that the EU was built on. The no-confidence vote against French Prime Minister Michel Barnier on December 4, 2024, clearly showed the deep political divisions in France. Barnier, an experienced politician who used to be the EU's chief Brexit negotiator, is now fighting to keep his job. His opponents, a mixed group of left-wing activists, right-wing nationalists and disappointed centrists, have joined together against him, saying he doesn't understand the problems of everyday French people. The main reason for the no-confidence vote was a controversial plan to change the pension system. Barnier tried to get this plan approved by Parliament. The plan, which suggested raising the retirement age and making people pay more into the system, led to many protests and strikes across France. Critics said the changes would hurt the poor and working class more than the rich. The no-confidence vote, although it didn't remove Barnier from office, has made him much weaker. His power has been reduced, and it's unclear if he can still govern effectively. The political instability in France is worrying not just for the French people, but also for the entire European Union. France is a very important member of the EU, and its political stability is essential for the group to work well. The political trouble in France also has big economic effects. The uncertainty about Barnier's future is causing problems in the financial markets, and businesses are waiting to make investment decisions. This uncertainty will likely hurt the French economy, which is already dealing with slow growth and high unemployment. Germany, long seen as a steady and pro-European country, is experiencing a quiet but important change in its politics. While not as dramatic as the political problems in France, the growing feeling against the European Union in Germany presents a different and maybe even bigger challenge to the future of the euro. Surprisingly, this change is happening while Germany's economy is doing relatively well. Unemployment is very low, inflation is under control, and the economy, while not growing quickly, is still getting bigger. You might think this would make people happy with the current situation, including Germany's role in the Eurozone. But underneath these positive signs, there's a growing worry among German people. This worry comes from several things. The repeated bailouts of weaker Eurozone members, although needed to save the shared currency, have made some Germans angry. They feel they're being asked to pay too much. Also, the arrival of many refugees in recent years, while mostly a humanitarian success, has made some people worry about national identity and cultural changes. This underlying worry has helped Eurosceptic parties, which argue that Germany would be better off outside the Eurozone. While these parties haven't become the most powerful in German politics yet, their growing influence is clear. They've successfully connected with people's anxieties and discontent, especially among older Germans and those in areas with economic problems. The political problems in France and Germany, while different in their details, have something in common. They both challenge the established order of the European Union and its single currency, the euro. We don't know what will happen, but these challenges could definitely change the European project. The euro, once seen as a symbol of European unity and a way to increase economic success, is now facing its biggest test since it began. The political instability in France and the growing skepticism about Europe in Germany threaten to undo the delicate balance that has kept the Eurozone together for the past 20 years. The immediate challenge for the EU is to control the political damage from the crises in France and Germany and to stop them from spreading to other member states. This will be difficult. The EU must support France and Germany while also defending the basic principles of the European project, including responsible spending and economic cooperation. In the long term, the EU needs to deal with the root causes of the unhappiness that is fueling populism and Euroscepticism across the continent. This includes tackling problems like inequality, unemployment, and social exclusion. The EU also needs to change its institutions and decision-making processes to make them more open, democratic, and answerable to citizens. The future of the euro and even the European project itself is uncertain. We don't know if the EU can survive this latest storm and become stronger and more united. What is clear is that the next few months and years will be very important for deciding the future of the European dream.